and cheese.
Welcome back, Stamp Tramps, to Attempted Delivery, and it is exhausting being so right all of the time.
When has that ever happened?
Well, I was wrong once. This time I thought I was wrong, but it turns out I was right.
Uh-huh.
So, no, I'm really not that arrogant, but I did feel vindicated. I saw that. That's just a mask for how much I hate myself if I am arrogant. But anyway, I felt vindicated on my Girl Scout cookie take when I saw that they're being sued for heavy metals and pesticides in their cookies. So
do they produce their own cookies? How are they getting sued?
I have no idea.
You know what I mean?
Right.
Seems kind of fucked up.
They're probably exploiting fucking 8-year-old girls in other countries.
That could be it, yeah. Yeah. Those Girl Scouts are like, all right, if we weren't going to do it, somebody was going to do it. I don't know why you're mad at us.
Yeah, that's. I don't know. Just wanted to share my vindication.
Yeah, that's funny because I didn't realize. I mean, is it like a? Yeah, I didn't look into it. Is it like a class action towards the Girl Scout cookies? Like the Girl Scouts?
Yeah,
I know. The other day on my route, I was I think I was doing overtime, so I had to get gas before I headed to like another route to help, and I like stopped, and I was gonna go in and get like, because I was like hungry, I was gonna go in and get like, I don't know, some kind of like beef sticks or something.
Right.
Excuse me, and
still rocking the keto.
Yeah, for now.
Yep.
And I was gonna go in and was gonna get some beef sticks, but there was like Girl Scouts out front of Rutter's, and I'm like,
Yeah.
I don't need to eat. I just got gas and headed to the other route. I'm like, I'm not talking to them. It's like they're like worse than Jehovah's Witnesses.
Oh yeah.
Because I don't feel bad saying no to those fuckers.
Right.
I don't want to say no to the cute little girls. Like I feel guilt then.
Here it is.
Which should be illegal, by the way.
What's that?
This is like a really like heartless take, but like I really think it should be illegal to be able to fucking stand outside of a store,
Right?
And like try to.
I wonder if they have a permit.
These bitches,
like you know what I mean? Like, do you think they actually like?
That's what the lawsuit's for. It's not for poisoning people. It's for not.
Well, like you can't like campaign within like X number of feet of a polling place. Like you shouldn't be able to sell fucking pesticide cookies within 100 feet of a gas station.
You shouldn't be able to prey on people's empathy. Also, they fucking. Do you ever see those? It happened a while ago. There was like a lemonade stand that got shut down because they didn't have a permit. Like, dude,
what kind of asshole? Like, what kind of?
You expect me to fucking feel bad for defend the police? Really, defend the police?
Right.
Sorry, I gotta shut you down. Just like a 9-year-old in handcuffs with his fucking head on a picnic table.
Yes, a New York woman has filed a proposed class action lawsuit.
Oh, that shit won't pass. That's not going to do anything.
Following claims organization's cookies contain heavy metals, pesticides, and other toxins. The lawsuit filed in federal court by Amy Mayo. There's probably a joke in there somewhere, but I'm not smart enough. Along with cookie manufacturers Ferrero USA and Interbake Foods operating under the name ABC Bakers.
Oh, of course.
So, the lawsuit points to a study commissioned by groups Moms Across America and GMO Science that said that 100% of the cookies tested contained aluminum, arsenic, cadmium, lead, and mercury, and that 13 cookies were positive for high levels of glyphosate, an herbicide typically used to kill weeds.
Yeah, that's the glyphosate's the shit that's in like all of our food.
Right. So how?
I mean, that's just on par for. I mean, that's not really. Are they going to sue all of the Kellogg's, all of the?
Is this just stuff like the things that they are growing and ingredients you're using contain these things, or like they're not like just adding these? Like
probably, yeah. It's probably
you know what I mean. It's not like Oh, it's cheaper to use arsenic than like something. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah, they're not like cutting it with arsenic. It'd be like, well, we can spread this caramel flavor a little bit longer if we fucking put arsenic in here. No, yeah, it's not that. I don't think.
Right.
It's like the glyphosate's a lot. I believe that comes from. And see, this is where I suck at retaining information because I have learned all of these things, and it's gone. It goes in, and I'm like, okay, bad. And then the actual words like leave, and then I'm left with like glyphosate's bad. But yeah, like apparently like Chick-fil-A has like a ton of glyphosates. I think
really?
I'm not sure about that specifically, but yeah, pesticides would be from the food growing.
Right, right. And then they use those ingredients.
Exactly, yeah. Yeah, and it's just I guess they're just that low quality ingredients that it all has. It's just full of shit. Nothing. Yeah. Cuz mercury is in fish. Because it's in all of our oceans, so it's like
right.
Same thing with like the microplastics are in all of the fish too, because they eat the microplastics. It's not good. We're not. Earth isn't in great shape right now.
Yeah, it's
it sounds like just like maybe it sounds like it's nothing's going to happen. But maybe like the intent is to get the word out there to like, hey, we should stop.
Well, I mean, the lawsuit seeks millions in damages, but like, who are you paying that out to?
People who have bought cookies, like, hey.
I guess so. But then, do you have to then like prove that you bought the cookies and that kind of thing?
I always wonder how that stuff works.
Right. See, Mitch Hedberg, this is why you get a receipt for the donut.
Yeah,
in case your donut contains pesticides.
Yeah. Yeah, you could sue Maple Donuts or whatever.
Right. The lawsuit says that Mayo and other potential plaintiffs would not have purchased the cookies had they known this information. Continuing. The suit seeks $5 million in damages for U.S. buyers of the cookies, but $5 million
spread across
all of those.
1 billion people. Yeah. Well, that's my math's off, but hell, yeah, that's a lot. It's spread across 5 million people, probably. How many people are in America? 350 million.
$5 million in damages, as well as an injunction requiring the cookie sellers to update packaging to disclose the presence of the substances.
Yeah. Does that
now with arsenic? Girl Scouts, oops, all arsenic.
New and improved flavor. Yeah, that's so funny. Yeah, well, it's like cigarettes saying having the Surgeon General warning. Did that ever work? I mean, did that stop anyone from smoking? I don't think so. I don't think.
Speaking of smoking, I was continuing a dive into Bill Hicks. One of his quotes was, "Yeah, I'm a heavy smoker. I go through 2 lighters a day." That's
so fucking funny. I don't think I've ever heard that joke. That's so funny.
That's wild.
That is so funny.
While the entire sales practice system for Girl Scout cookies is built on a foundation of ethics and teaching young girls sustainable business practices, defendants failed to uphold this standard themselves.
Harassing people in front of stores is standard business practice?
Well, or using inferior products like...
that is standard.
I don't... Monsanto is pretty successful.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like...
Very true, yeah.
Maybe they are actually just like...
Yeah, that's the American dream right there.
Exactly.
Con them all.
The health and safety of Girl Scouts and cookie customers is our top priority. Rest assured, Girl Scout cookies are safe to consume.
In small doses. So you don't want to OD on these cookies. That's so funny. Yeah. Yeah, I don't think that's going to help.
Yeah.
Putting these cookies are poison on the packaging. That's funny that it's compared to cigarettes is funny. I just saw this recently that they've done, I guess they've like not updated, but done like further studies on cigarettes. And they found, I'm sure it's not completely accurate, but apparently they found that one cigarette, they found the exact life expectancy decrease of cigarettes.
Really?
Like how much they affect your life expectancy. And apparently one cigarette takes 20 minutes off of your life.
Alrighty.
That's not a good sell. It's not a good selling point for me. I'm like, I can cut out 20 minutes early.
Right.
I guess that adds up to, I think like a pack they said was like 7 hours. I'm like, that's half a day. Half a day early for a pack. I think I could take some time off my life for
True, but like 2 packs a day, that's like a day. Day per day.
Yes. Yeah.
So every day you smoke cigarettes, you're taking a day off.
Yeah. That sounds fair. I don't have like an addictive personality, so I could probably smoke some cigarettes here and there. And also, I wonder, I can't imagine how they could possibly have like tallied that up, like added that up, because like, okay, so if I haven't smoked in a few, I can't remember how many years. 2018, I think, was my last cigarette.
Oh wow! Alrighty.
So Zed and Iron Maiden concert. I remember the exact time because I relapsed. I was like, it's fucking Iron Maiden. I was with my friend Ryan. I'm like, give me a cigarette. What are you doing? I was also drinking, so that's a big part of the reason.
Right.
But I'm like, okay, so is that the same for me? If I smoke one cigarette right now, how can you how is that 20 minutes for me? But then it's also 20 minutes for a pack-a-day smoker?
Right.
That doesn't make any sense.
Right. Is it exponential?
Yeah.
Or is it, yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
It's like,
That's a good
so
point.
it's like curious. I don't know how they could come up with that, but I saw that and I'm like, you shouldn't publish this. That's not dire enough.
Right.
If you say like a cigarette takes a day off, that's shocking.
I
20 minutes early?
I have never smoked an entire cigarette.
Oh, really? To completion?
No, I have never smoked a cigarette to completion.
Damn.
I am a premature. I don't know.
Yeah,
I can't.
I don't think there's a joke there, but I get what you're saying.
You
It's
get what
funny.
I'm saying.
Damn, so you've only like just taken drags off people's cigarettes?
Not even that.
You're not one of those. You're not one of those people that counted secondhand smoke, are you? No, I'm kidding.
No. I just never was into it because like people around me were smoking, and I just I didn't see the appeal of it.
You didn't want to look cool?
I think that was the appeal, but I was like, I didn't feel they looked cool.
Yeah,
I'm just like, wow, you smell like shit, and you're just pulling the shit in. You know what I mean? Like,
did your parents smoke?
Very early on, I think my mom did. I don't know if my dad ever did, but I wouldn't be surprised.
See, my parents did, but it was like in the house.
My dad would smoke cigars.
Yeah.
And still does occasionally, you know what I mean? But it wasn't like a regular thing. I think my mom did, but I think that was like a time like early 80s, mid 80s, like
Sure.
everyone smoked.
Yeah.
But I'd be more interested in a study about like I don't know, like Philly or White Owl.
Sure, yeah.
Like rappers
yeah,
or
that
like
might be an
blunts.
issue. Yeah. Those, it ain't looking good. Well, fucking
was
Snoop Dogg smokes blunts all day.
Right.
And that's tobacco leaf. Like, I don't know what he rolls with.
Well,
but,
supposedly like weed like helps like fight cancer, so maybe it just cancels itself out.
I don't think that's true. I think that's fake. It cancels itself out.
Right.
No, yeah, because I love smoking blunts.
I love also that I'm trashing the Girl Scouts for like additives, and I'm like, well, I did smoke many a White Owl blunt.
It's natural.
Like,
It's natural. It comes from the earth.
sure. Yeah, I just never got the appeal of cigarettes when weed exists. It's like, well, you could do the exact same action and have something to show for it. I don't know.
Yeah, well, that's what I do now. Sometimes I'll smoke like CBD cigarettes.
Okay.
And I like those. So, I mean, that's just an excuse to smoke something because there's not doing anything for me. I mean, it's like a little bit calming, but it's certainly not getting me high. But
right.
What's it called? No, I smoked tons of blunts back in the day. That was my favorite. I just couldn't do it as often as I'd like to because I couldn't afford that much weed.
Right.
It's a commitment. It's like half a G at least to roll a blunt. That's a skinny blunt.
Well, I don't know. There probably wasn't a lot of like swag or dirt weed when you're a little.
There was
younger.
some. You had to like literally find it though.
Alrighty, because that was back in my day.
Yeah.
That was like the predominant like what you would get.
Yeah.
So it was cheap, and you would almost have to smoke a whole blunt of it.
Pretty much. Yeah.
And then like the what they would call like middies or kind bud, like was like coming in, and that was kind of newer and it was more expensive.
Oh, word? Mids was like dirt weed for us.
Okay.
Yeah, like it was like we always like heads or mids. Heads was good weed.
Right.
I guess most of it probably came from California and shit. A lot of
or Canada.
Oh, true, yeah, and some
Like
from
British
Mexico had
Columbia.
some good stuff, but sometimes to get it here it was like. But yeah, we would get like mids was like. Well, I guess probably that's interesting. Probably around the time I started smoking, mids were a little bit more prevalent,
Right.
or maybe like before I started smoking. But by the time I was like buying weed myself and smoking weed by myself and stuff, it was like all heads. If somebody had mids, it was like, dude, fucking, that's all you got.
Oh wow!
Like it was. It was
so
like,
you didn't have to deal with seeds and stems very much.
No,
I mean,
we did
stems, but not
we did,
seeds
but
too
like
much,
not. It wasn't all the time, and heads has seeds sometimes, but not frequent. Like every once in a while,
Right.
But yeah,
it wasn't like that was part of the process.
Yeah,
like
yeah.
you kind of had to churn your own butter.
Oh
and
yeah,
that's
I mean,
it.
you still get stems because like it depends on how you got it, but it'd be like you could get like a whole bud.
Right,
Every once in a while, you had a dude that got some like real fresh shit that's like literally like it looked like it was picked off the plant.
No, I had friends who would. I mean, I don't know if I should say, it, but like, get it by the pound, and it was literally like pressed into a brick.
Yeah, that sucks. Brickweed.
Yeah. So like that was predominantly what was around, and it wasn't like, I mean, sure there was like passing the blunt around, but after a while it was just like everyone has their own blunt kind of thing.
Oh, that's
so, like,
funny. No, we had good shit. Like that's why whenever I say like I can't smoke. Because like I get paranoid and all fucked up. People were like, "Well, yeah, it's like pretty strong nowadays." I'm like, no, it was still strong. It's just I have no tolerance. Like I'm a bitch now. Like I went through this when I started smoking, but I guess I decided I wanted to kill myself until I got a tolerance built up. But because every time I started smoking weed, that's how it was. I was out of my mind until I like got through because I don't like getting super stoned. I like
right.
having the tolerance and enjoying it. I don't like being paranoid and shit. Some people like that. I'm not one of them.
Right. Yeah. I never needed to be like off the planet.
Yeah.
Like
Every once in a while, we would like try to find like if we knew somebody who frequently had mids. It wasn't often, but like sometimes we'd be like, "Oh, let me get some mids," so we could like sit there and just like because you can get like 4 times the amount for the same price, and it was kind of fun to just smoke a ton of weed all night, and then you know what I mean, just kind of like chill on it all night. But yeah, no, it was like way more often to get heads.
Word.
Yeah, and that shit was, but like I said, that shit was coming from most likely California or like Canada. Probably, I never even thought about that, but probably.
Right. Yeah, my shit was brickweed from Baltimore. That was probably sprayed with Raid and shit like that.
And then you would have got high.
Right. Again, and here I am blasting the fucking Girl Scouts for. So.
Well, listen, people wouldn't be complaining about the heavy metals if their cookies got you high as fuck. So
True. It's usually just people get high and then eat the cookies, so they don't give a shit about the pesticides. So speaking of things that make you sick, I was dying this weekend.
Yeah.
And I think it was karma. I'm not going to get into the details why, but like last week I just like walked out of work one day because I was pissed.
Yeah.
And then, I spent all day Sunday, my one day off, on the toilet. Nice. And I'm going to spare everyone the details. But it was just like, it was rough. Yeah. Like Saturday after we're like driving home from my route, I almost started feeling like I was having a panic attack.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I was like, kind of like, it was hard to catch my breath. I was driving, so everyone shut up. And it was just like...
Picture you in a Flintstones car, fucking have to walk.
Well, it's not too far off with a mail truck. We're like a step away from doing the Flintstones with the mail truck. That's funny.
Sometimes you have to do that.
Right.
It's the way to get off the road when you break down.
But yeah, I just felt off. Mm-hmm. And then I don't know if you ever had a panic attack. Sometimes you...
Yeah, mostly from weed.
Well, right. But afterwards, you almost feel like hungover.
Sure, yeah.
So I just felt like drained. I just, you know what I mean? I just felt weird. And then Sunday, it was just like, my stomach was just not good. Again, I'm going to spare everyone the details, but like, liquid death is what was coming out of me. Sorry to ruin your beverage there.
That's okay.
But
there's no way your shit tasted this good.
But yeah, it was bad. It was such a bizarre feeling because I had the weird like skin feeling, like when you have the flu. You know, your like skin feels weird, like everything feels like scrapey or like cold. I don't know if that makes sense. I know what you're
saying. Yeah, I know what you mean. Yeah,
all your muscles ache. And like your just skin feels weird, and I had that, but I had no nasal or throat symptoms.
Yeah,
it was literally just like a stomach virus kind of thing. But I still had flu symptoms, just none of the nasal.
Yeah,
stuff. It was rough, and then it wasn't any better Monday, and then I had to call out, and I was like, well, I felt bad because like the previous week I had walked out, but and then I was like trying anything to solidify things. Like I literally ate 2 bagels, thinking like block it up with carbs. Didn't work.
Went right through the hole.
Indeed.
Stupid. You're rubbing off on me.
Fuck yeah. I'm out of practice. I don't do comedy anymore. But the wife was nice enough. I'm gonna give her a little shit, but she like did turn it around. But I imagine Lori having like a really good like bedside manner if you're not feeling well.
Sure, yeah.
But like when Kate gets sick, I'll be like, can I bring anything home for you? Can I bring home medicine? Can I bring home soup? I'll try to like do things, and then when I'm sick, she'll be like, oh really, man flu.
Yeah.
But she did turn it around, and like she did go out to I was gonna make rice, and I just had zero energy, so she actually just went to the Chinese food place, got me some rice,
that's nice,
and some other food because I was just trying to block it up with carbs.
Yeah.
You know, and nothing worked. And I'm still getting over it, but it's better now.
Yeah.
But it was a rough weekend. Not gonna lie.
Yeah, that sucks. That sucks.
I don't know where I was going with that, but
I'm just picturing hard. That's like the worst meal ever.
What's
like rice diarrhea?
Yeah, I mean it wasn't fun, but I don't know. You anything going on this week with you?
I don't even think so. There was something I thought I wanted to talk about, but I can't even remember.
Nice.
Yeah.
So I did spend a lot of time with the kids. I was home Monday. I was incapacitated Sunday, and it's hard balancing your brain and like trying to like adjust for like a kid. Like I am trying not to like ruin all the kids' books.
Yeah.
But like there's little things like it's not even my fault. It's like Andrew Dice Clay. Like there's all the nursery rhymes.
Yeah.
So literally I'm like reading this one like the other day, like the Little Miss Muffet.
Yeah.
And I just without even thinking just did the bit, and I'm like, oh wait, I'm holding my daughter. But it was like Little Miss Muffet sat on her tuffet eating her curdsed whay. Along came a spider, sat down beside her and said, "What's in the bowl, bitch?" Yeah. Like,
what's in the bowl, baby?
And I was like, "Oh yeah, I'm holding my daughter."
I can't. I don't even know how that one actually. That's one.
That was it. That was.
I mean, I don't know how the real one is. I don't know what.
Along came a spider and sat down beside her and scared Miss Muffet away or something. Or something like that.
Yeah, I don't even.
Yeah, Andrew Dice Clay was said, "Hey, what's in the bowl, bitch?"
Yeah. But, I remember his version better than I remember the original.
What was the other one? Jack and Jill went up the hill, each with $1.25. Jill came down with $2.50.
Oh yeah, I forget. I forget how that one ends too. Each with $1.25. $2.50. Yeah.
Well, no, it's to fetch a pail of water.
Yeah,
in the original thing, but his is with $1.25. Jill came down with $2.50.
Yeah.
But there's this other book called Pig Kahuna, where these two pigs are on a beach.
Surfing? Yeah.
Yeah. So they're on the beach, and they're just the one pig is afraid of the water, or so they just collect things that the water brings up onto the beach.
Mm-hmm.
So they collect like seaweed, shark's tooth, some rock or something like that, and then this like surfboard washes onto the shore, and they're like, oh, cool. Like, they're like stunned. And then they're like, after 15 minutes of waiting, no one came to claim it. So, they just decided, like, they dressed it up and like used it, and like, it was like their companion kind of thing.
Yeah.
And
Wilson!
right? And then like, eventually, like the little one throws it back in the water, and then the one who's afraid of the water goes to get it, and then like, ends up kind of surfing, and then you know what I mean? So it's all heartwarming that he got over his fear of the water and that kind of thing. And then my brain is like, there's a dead surfer out in the water. Like surfboards that just naturally occur in the ocean. Like the surfboard washed up in the ocean.
Yeah.
That surfer is like shark food. Like,
yeah,
so
100%.
Like, so this heartwarming children's book is like based on the death of a surfer. Like,
isn't that fine? You know what I mean?
I mean,
I'm
sure.
I've always wanted to surf.
But I can't help the part of my brain that goes to that.
The horrible.
Yeah. There's another few examples, but I mean, those are a couple like.
Yeah.
But that one, I just like was reading. It was like, dead surfer. Like, you know what I mean? Like,
you're like waiting for the surfer to show up. Like, where is he at? And it doesn't. Like, oh, it's a sad story.
Right.
Call the lifeguard. What?
And they waited 15 minutes. It's like, in 15 minutes, that motherfucker's drowning. It's like, they didn't immediately say, like, oh, where was the person attached to the surfboard? Like, but anyway.
You think that's bad? Wait till you get to the Land Before Time. I'm just kidding.
I did watch that with.
I loved those.
Oh, hell yeah.
Those are the best.
Yeah.
I was like,
I mean, it's sad, but like,
yeah, I guess it is. Yeah, we said something. We were out to dinner, and we were like, said something about Land Before Time, and I got like one of those Big Water was stuck in my head. And I like we were on the drive home, we were like watching YouTube videos of Land Before Time songs. Like, God, these were fucking bangers.
Right.
I could like probably watch that right now. Those Land Before Time movies.
Oh yeah.
They made a ton too. Which are probably all bad after a certain point, but
right. I mostly remember the first one. I had the first one on VHS, of course, and like wore it out, like, yeah, for sure. But yeah, I don't remember the later ones too much, but mostly the first one, maybe the second. But
I remember like the first like 5, I think.
Alrighty.
Like the first one, and then the second one I missed. I think I just didn't own the second one, so I like never. If I either never watched it or I watched it like once, but I remember like one. I remember one, and then I remember like. I can't remember 3 or if I remember 3 or 4. I think 3 is the one where there's like a fire. And then like 4 is another one, but then 5 is the one with they go to the island. It's like the mysterious island, and they had that big water song.
Right.
And then like they meet Chomper again. I don't know if you remember Chomper.
I think so.
Yeah, I think they meet him in the second one.
Okay.
Because I remember I think I saw the 5th one first and was like, who the fuck is this? Like, I don't know who Chomper is. And then it's because I didn't see that one movie.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm mostly familiar with the first one.
Yeah, Sharp Teeth.
Right.
Yeah, those were fucking sick. Yeah, I could watch those. I could watch those now.
Hell yeah. What's up with your boy?
Fuck.
You already know. You already know.
No, I mean, I'm assuming. Well, what's up with my boy? Which boy?
Kanye.
What's up with him? Is he wearing Nazi shirts out in public? Is that what he's doing?
Not quite yet.
No, he was doing that.
Oh. No, that I didn't even see. Where's the?
Oh God, what else did he do? It's really sad.
Is it though?
Yeah, it is, because it's like not.
Where is the fucking? How do I do this? I have it like pulled up, and then shit just disappears.
It's hell getting old.
Oh, there it is. There it is.
Yeah, what did he do now? I mean, I thought he was wearing swastika shirts in public.
Kanye West takes shots at Jay-Z and Beyonce's kids in a now deleted post on
I
X.
saw that. Yeah, I forgot about that. Yeah, dude, I don't know, man. He just, it's like not, it's like sad that it's like not, he used to be so good at garnering attention with like,
well, I mean, he's still good at that.
is he though? Like, does anybody give a fuck at this point? It's
Well,
like now
true,
it's like overdone. It's like,
right.
it's hack now. Like he's a hack of himself. It's like, what's the deal with Nazis? Like that's, it sounds like I'm shitting on Seinfeld. I don't mean it that way. No disrespect to Seinfeld. But Kanye's disrespecting Seinfeld pretty heavily these days. Yeah, I saw that.
Yeah. So his now deleted tweet, which of course people screenshot that shit. It's never fully deleted.
Well, especially with him, they're like, they got that shit ready.
Right. Wait, has anyone ever seen? Wait, everybody, wait. Has anyone ever seen Jay-Z and Beyonce's younger kids? They're retarded. No, like literally. And this is why artificial insemination is such a blessing. Having retarded children is a choice. Jesus
Christ, dude. Yeah, it's, I don't know. I don't know what's up with my boy. It's not really my boy. I'd like to announce that. I'd like to say that.
This is what happens when no one pushes back when someone just says how amazing they are.
I don't think that's it. I think this is mental illness. I think this is Jay-Z has talked very much about how good he is, and he has never done that. Most rappers are pretty arrogant in their lyrics from time to time.
Sure.
And none of them
that's
have
what the
ever
entire
done
thing
that.
is based off of.
None of them have ever done that. Yeah, it's because like I think it's just an attention thing. That's why that's why it's like sad because it's like not even. It's like he's not getting attention. Like that.
How much more attention do you need? Like
he needs all the attention.
Right.
He needs all of it apparently.
Right.
And he was. It used to be like he's just mentally ill. It's like sad at this point because it's like the dude. I guess probably needs help. But it's like this is what happens when you're like a billionaire with mental illness.
Right.
Like that's what they would all be doing shit like this.
But here's the
famous
fucking
millionaires.
Here's the fucking wild thing where like until this moment I didn't even really think about it, but like in terms of like male privilege, like Britney Spears shaves her head and she's in a conservatorship.
Yeah.
And this guy is like doing all of the things. Like, where is the conservatorship? Like, who's taking care of this guy or trying to?
I don't know if that's necessarily male privilege, but it probably doesn't help. I see what you're saying. It's probably an age thing, though. He probably held off long enough. Like she was too young, and I don't think the conservatorship with her. I don't even think that was. I think they did that. That was malicious.
Right.
Maybe I'm wrong.
He is someone who probably needs some sort of conservatorship. Like
more so, at least more so than her.
Right.
Because I remember. I mean, a while ago, I said on the podcast that like. People were acting like, dude, well, look what happens when you take her out of conservatorship. She's dancing with knives. I'm like, okay, this isn't even that crazy. Like, it's because you put her in a box. She's immature. She's a child still because you didn't let her live her childhood. And young adulthood. She was in a box performing in Vegas. You know what I mean? Like, she didn't have a life. So, now she's acting out. That's what she would have been doing. Justin Bieber was speeding down the street in a Lamborghini. She should have been...
Because he was a kid with a Lamborghini. Like,
exactly.
I did the same shit in a Volkswagen Golf.
Exactly. That's what she should have been doing this whole time. She would have already grown out of Dancing with Knives 20 years ago if you wouldn't have put her in a conservatorship. From my perspective, and I could be wrong, maybe she is crazy and she should have been in the conservatorship. But from my viewpoint, it kind of seems like they did that on purpose and then used those moments as because Michael Jackson was in a conservatorship and he had his baby out the window. So like, I mean, now again, he was an adult though.
True.
So it's like Kanye wasn't crazy enough.
The worst thing he ever did to a kid, by the way.
On film. You are correct. The worst provable beyond a shadow of a doubt thing that he did to a kid. Yeah, that is true. But I mean, like the Kanye, I don't know. I think it's just watching mental illness degrade, and you see it because he's so famous.
Right.
But yeah, it is a shame because he made some of the best hip hop ever till 2010, and then it went downhill.
I still, I guess, got to give it more of a try.
I mean, for sure, and I would definitely the old stuff at least first because it's like kind of like one of those you can see where like the arc of his first 3 albums are like straight up like some of the best hip hop albums.
I have a hard time listening to it without the filter of
it makes sense. Well,
current
especially because
status, you know what I mean?
Before he had like a chip on his shoulder, some deservingly, because he's very talented, and like he kind of had, but there was like a humbleness to him, and that dissipated at some point. At some point, he lost the humble, and it's kind of hard to like forgive arrogance when there's no humble in sight. You know what I mean? Like it's he's not very humble anymore, if at all. And he used to be like, you could just tell from his music, the way he talks, like he had some humble to him early on, and then he got famous and got all the credibility that he deserved, and then that fucking sent him over the moon. It's like I said, it's sad. Some of the stuff, like, I mean, taking the mic from Taylor Swift was never like cool.
Right.
It was funny. I thought
was that the beginning of the downfall?
No,
was that the first egregious thing that he did? I don't remember anything before that.
That might have been the first egregious. That would have been the first thing that was like, all right, that wasn't really cool. And a lot of people I kind of thought it was funny at the time, just because I heard about it. And it's like a funny thing to do, I guess. But like and I'm a Taylor Swift fan, but in like hindsight, it's like that's actually like really fucked up. It's like a fucking little girl. I don't know how old she was when that happened, but she was not. I mean, it's like a girl accepting an award.
Right.
But like then when he went on like Seth Meyers and said that George Bush doesn't care about black people, that was hilarious. That was all funny. I feel bad for Seth Meyers.
Right.
Seth Meyers, right? That's his name.
He was with Mike Myers.
That's who it was.
They were talking about Katrina.
Yes.
I don't remember what the actual thing they were on was. I don't know if it was like a telethon kind of thing, but it was about Katrina.
Yeah, white people all look the same.
Yeah, fair enough.
Myers, wrong Myers.
But yeah, Mike Myers. Like the funniest thing about that is his face.
Yeah, he's just like, I got nowhere to go from it.
You just see him go, like eyebrows raised, like what did I get myself into?
Yeah, like that was hilarious. I mean, I again feel bad for Mike Myers, but. That was hilarious. That was like, hell yeah, dude. And then I guess just the way he carried himself and was like, I don't know, when somebody's that successful, it is kind of fun for them to be like, no, fuck you. I am the shit. Like, it's funny to watch Tom Brady be like, my favorite ring, the next one.
Right.
Like, that's, I don't know. But it just got, I don't know. I guess it just got like saturated with, he just has like crazy ideas. And if you listen to him talk, like he did Rogan, and listening to him for 3 hours, it's like, oh, okay, I get it. He's crazy. He's just crazy. He has like ideas and just follows. It's like you can almost picture like the stream of consciousness is just like moves a mile a minute, and these like crazy ideas. Like I can see why he's so talented creatively, because he's like, well, we're gonna fucking try this really creative. I mean, he has like a really unique idea. He's really unique ideas, and for art, it's fantastic. But
to not be
anchored by anything,
restricted, or feel like you have to work within the confines of something like that makes sense. But then if you go too far in the other direction,
it's almost like he has no pushback.
That's what I meant. Like
maybe like early on he had a little bit of pushback for things, and he didn't have he wasn't surrounded by yes men.
Well, that's what I was saying. Like there's no one pushing back saying no, you're not the greatest, or like you know what I mean. Like you said, pushback. There's like.
Then when he drops a song and fucking people love it, it's like there you go. Like so that doesn't help. Speaking of, did you hear the fucking R. Kelly song? I think I should have listened to it.
He's producing music from prison? Like, how does...
Somebody, I think I heard a recording of him from prison singing, and I'm like, God damn, that sounds good. It sounds so good. Like, I don't even like I actually can't even really, besides I Believe I Can Fly, I can't tell you a single My mind's telling me no, but my body's telling me, yeah, that's one. Bump and grind, that's what that. So, like, I only know, like, a few R. Kelly songs, but, like, you could tell it's recorded over the fucking prison cell. And it's like, God damn, it fucking doesn't sound bad. It's unfortunate that he's a monster. But, yeah. I just thought of, like, fucking how good that R. Kelly song sounded.
Is it just like him a cappella, or is there like, did somebody put music to him sing? Like how, like, honestly, is it an actual song, or is it just like kind of like a little recording of him?
I think it's a little recording. It's not like
okay.
produced, but it might have a beat to it now that I think of it. I can't even remember.
Alrighty.
It's how good it was. I don't even know if it, but it was like, God, and he always had that kind of like, I don't know. Yeah, I don't know.
Dropping beats and dropping soap.
I wonder how he's doing in there.
I don't know.
You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah,
I wonder if like he's hopefully not well, but he's probably in like solitary or something. He's probably protected because he's famous.
You would imagine, right?
Yeah.
Right. Because they don't take kindly to people who did stuff to kids in prison.
Well, same thing. I guess like Ghislaine or whatever,
right,
is probably in like maximum security.
Right.
You know, making sure the cameras don't shut off. Yeah.
Whatever happened with that?
Nothing. Right. We're never going to see those fucking files either. We're never going to know all the people that her clients that were somehow apparently don't exist.
Speaking of files,
I saw that too, the JFK files.
Yeah, and I think it just happened yesterday, like the
we have
release.
Yet,
so, but so far they said like it's. I think some of the headlines were like exciting, but not really much new information.
Well, no, because we've beaten all the conspiracies to death, so it's like it's probably just
well,
one of
and
those.
Also there was 60 years of time that anything could have happened.
Yeah.
To any of the real information, how much of the real information actually went in the first place, how much of it was removed or redacted or altered.
Well, it does seem I did see stuff about like the Mossad working with the CIA for whatever reason. Oh, I guess because he was trying to make sure that Israel didn't develop nuclear weapons. So I think that's a big part of it. Who knows? I mean, he was talking about disbanding the CIA, so that's another thing.
Right.
Enough is like, well, that would be enough for them to kill him.
Oh, yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, that's enough alone.
The whole
Bay,
like, the whole Bay of Pigs thing, the whole trying to make peace with Russia, the whole not trying to kill Castro, the whole pulling out of Vietnam, like the plan to pull it out. Well, that was going to be RFK as well, but I've been reading these books, and again, like I'm not discovering anything new, but like it's really interesting when you do read a lot of these different books and see the whole scope of it.
Yeah.
And see different angles. The one I'm reading or listening to now is just called Brothers, and it's like I listened to one about like specifically about the JFK assassination, one specifically about the RFK assassination. This one is about the JFK assassination, not the ins and outs of the actual assassination, but through RFK's experience during and before, during, and after it, which offers a new perspective and what he was going through up until his assassination.
Yeah.
So it's just I don't know. It's fascinating that 60 years later, like these files are being released, but how much truth are we gonna get?
Yeah.
See, my conspiracy theory earlier in the week, or like when they said like he's gonna release this, I thought it was gonna blow wide open and it was gonna show that the CIA and FBI were involved to give Trump a reason to go in and dismantle or to restructure them. Say, see, look, they killed a president. I have grounds.
Maybe
to restructure this, and then boom, he has
support.
You know, but that's my conspiracy theory. But it doesn't look that way. It looks like there's
it's going to be another nothing burger.
Exactly. Is it just is it a distraction, or is it like I don't see how, looking at the fact, I'm certainly not saying like I know this happened 100%, but I can 99% say that the Warren Commission's report is not the factual. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know.
It wasn't what they said.
Right. So like, but there's still people like, I was really surprised at, did you read 11/22/63? The Stephen King book?
No.
So that is about the JFK assassination. This guy finds a way to go back in time. Not going to rehash the whole book, but he finds a way to go back in time and thinks like, oh, what can I do with this? And he's like, oh, maybe I could go back and stop that.
Yeah.
Because that is probably one of the things that set us on the course of where we are today. I mean, things
for sure. I mean,
things were in motion before that led up to that. But the reason we're here today, but anyway, and I just lost my train of thought.
He goes back in time.
Right. You're surprised. People believing this. I was surprised at the end. Stephen King usually does some kind of like afterword. He'll kind of talk about the book and like say like, this is where I got this from. This is, this was my, he'll kind of just rehash, how he came about the book, the story and that kind of thing. And he said like, he was like in doing research for this book and going to Dealey Plaza, going up, there's a museum on the 6th floor, I think, of the book depository, and saying he's like, I do think that Oswald acted alone. And I was like, I don't know how you can look at any of this research and think that and still think that. I mean, it's just whatever. I think there is a pushback to just say like, to dismiss conspiracy theories and say like,
well, yeah, I think that is that's like my conspiracy. We have original conspiracy theories. I think that's like my original take on conspiracy theories is that they push the dumbest conspiracy theories so that you think anything, as soon as there's a term called conspiracy theory, right, and that is like dismissive of anything, but and also you can
lump other things into
exactly.
That
I think that the feds probably push every fucking bit of flat Earth information online,
right,
so that some of the people that believe the Earth is flat also believe all of these other conspiracies and makes it all look stupid, like the Earth being flat. You know what I mean? Like,
right.
They're all,
It's like, you believe there's somebody else on the grassy knoll? Oh, you must be a flat earther too.
Yes,
like,
exactly.
You're in
I think,
yeah.
I mean, it's impossible to know, but like, I think all of them are pushed. Right. Like,
I just don't know, like, how you can eat. The interesting thing about the JFK one is that
when was
is
that book
video
written. That wasn't even that. Was that an old book?
The Stephen King book, 11/20. It's not that.
I didn't think so. I thought it was like in the 2000s.
Yeah.
Which is, you're right. That is surprising. But maybe he didn't. How much research did he do? Did he watch that fucking Oliver Stone documentary?
It said quite a bit. Well, Oliver Stone, that was like a film. It was a movie with Kevin Costner. So
but wasn't that movie like pretty accurate? Like,
yeah, but yes and no.
Okay.
Yes and no. There was some distortion. There was some Hollywoodness to it. There was some like it was based in fact, and there was some factual stuff in it. But
it was
like I learned from this book, the brothers one, that like Jim Garrison was a little strange, and then
one of the things that apparently came out is that Jack Ruby met with Lee Harvey Oswald previous to the assassination. So it's like, well, what the fuck? Like, and then that's the one thing when they release stuff like this is like, well, where's that? Is that just written somewhere? I mean, I don't, you know what I mean? I mean, I'll play fucking devil's advocate to against myself.
Sure.
Is that just fake too? Like, I mean,
there's just too much.
There's too many weird things. How many weird things could there be about a fucking one dude shooting somebody?
Exactly.
How could there be all this weird information?
Right.
That there's not that much. There's no weird information.
All they need to do is cast out. But like how, like the JFK, like that was the first time like there was video Like the Zapruder film, you can see it. You can see him grab the front of his throat when he the first shot. Like that's not coming from behind him.
Yeah,
like you know what I mean. Like you can see evidence like that. It's just wild that you could still think, even if you don't exactly know, you know that what you're being told is bullshit. Like you kind of have to. And then the fact that within the same decade, Martin Luther King.
Yeah. And
RFK. And it's always just some lone nut.
The RFK one is crazy too, because he got shot he got shot like a bunch.
In a room full of people. But I think they learned, okay.
Don't do it out in public.
Well, no, it wasn't public. It was in a kitchen packed full of people.
Yeah, don't do it.
But in reading that book, there was so much. They created even more distraction. There was some girl in a polka dot dress. They created a situation where there was so many witnesses with conflicting information. Some people saw this woman in a polka dot dress and another guy running from the place saying, "We shot him. We shot him." It's like, if you just did, like, why would you need to announce that if you just did it, if you're trying to get away? Like, and then stupid. Other witnesses saw these other people. So like,
and it was probably literally the Secret Service.
Right. So I don't know where I'm trying to get with all this, but it's just fascinating in what I'm diving into.
Yeah.
And
it's gonna amount to nothing because people don't care. And on top of that, like, what's the worst? That's the funny thing with all these. It's not funny. It sucks. But the thing with all these conspiracies, even if we find out, it's like, I don't even really need to see the documents. I believe the FBI killed Martin Luther King.
Right.
And Malcolm X. Like, I believe they were murdered by the government. So what do you, if you confirm that literally doesn't even move the dial for me. I don't believe that they were assassinated by anybody but the government. Like, there's no way.
Right.
There's no way it
just
wasn't
happens
them.
to be a lone nut every time.
Yeah.
Like,
now, the John Lennon one's kind of weird. That one is almost more interesting to me because it's like, why kill Lennon? Nobody was going to listen to that fucking long-haired hippie. Like, you didn't need to kill Lennon. God, we could have had a fucking Beatles reunion. Are you crazy? He might have divorced Yoko Ono. Like, we might have had good music again. No, I'm kidding. I got no beef with Yoko. No. But yeah, I like, but yeah, it's like, dude, even if it like literally, yep, it was them. It's like, okay, well, that's
right. And anybody who could be held accountable is probably long dead, or
won't be.
Close to
I mean,
it,
they can't even hold fucking people accountable for shit they do.
Right.
Like,
now.
Yeah. I mean, it's like, I mean, I don't know what happened with that, but like, the cops pulled Tyreek Hill out of his fucking car and threw him again on the ground in Miami, and I don't think they got in trouble. So they can't even get accountable for like that in front of cameras in one of the probably the best wide receiver in the NFL. And so it's like, no, they're definitely not going to be held accountable for something that happened 50 years ago or however long ago.
I mean, if anybody could have run from the cops and got away, it would have been
exactly. Yeah. Could
you imagine?
Exactly. Fucking cheetah. What are we talking about?
It's one thing cops like chasing like just regular people, but imagine cops trying to chase Tyreek Hill.
Yeah, there's no way. There ain't a fucking cop. There ain't a regular ass cop in the country that can keep up with that motherfucker. There is no way. I would be surprised if there was a Navy SEAL that could catch Tyreek Hill. But it's like, I mean, and then like the one thing that I would be interested in, which again, it probably wouldn't even, because nobody gives a fuck. I mean, nobody cares about any of the information. But the one thing, the Epstein list would be nice.
Yeah.
Considering they were, doing a lot of shit.
Yep.
Talk about egregious. That's worse than, it has to be, I'm assuming worse than all of the other conspiracies. And it's not even a conspiracy. It's just a thing that happened that a woman is in jail for.
Right.
And we got none of that information.
Right.
I'd like to know the client list. I mean, a lot of people wouldn't care, but I want to know everybody, because the plane thing, that's meaningless because people charter their planes.
Right.
Which is something I learned from that if you have, which makes sense, if you have a private jet, if you're not using it, you fucking rent that bitch out.
Right.
So tons of people were on that. Fucking Will Smith. Do I think Will Smith is with Ghislaine Matt? No, I don't think Will Smith was doing that. He's too busy. He's too busy getting whipped by Jada or whatever. But like, yeah, it would be nice to know that.
Yeah, for sure.
Because it's like, who was she serving?
Too many powerful people in play that like it's
I feel like
George Carlin said, it's a big club and you and I are not in it. You and I are not in the big club.
Yeah, I think that's the difference between like Epstein and Diddy. I think Diddy was just like blackmailing entertainers. That's what they're like. People were thinking that he was going to get like, you know, unalived when he went to jail. And it's like, no, they're not worried about that. They're not worried about rappers and singers. They don't give a fuck.
That's a distraction.
Yeah.
Like, obviously there was like world leaders and like, you know, the probably the real people who kind of like run shit that you don't even know their name or have never heard of.
Yeah, exactly.
And I'm sorry to turn this into like a conspiracy podcast.
I mean, might as well.
That's just what I've been diving into and reading.
Yeah, we'll see if we get more information. But so far, it's like it just kind of fits right in with something like a lot of people already thought.
And I know, like I pushed back with Schultz and Trump and that kind of thing, and like the whole like comedy and politics thing. And like comedy has always kind of like had like some comedians like will go there and like talk politically and that kind of thing, and some better than others, and some will do it for like the clapter thing, but some do it and like bring up very like good points, like Carlin or I know I keep saying it on here, but the American Dream bit is like probably one of the best commentaries on
for sure
politics from any comedian. But I was diving into this book, it brought us on, I didn't even know about, was Mort Saul, which is a name I kind of always heard peripherally.
I don't think I've ever heard of
but he was a comedian in that time, and
is that guy who released the Zapruder film?
No. This is a computer. A computer. A comedian. Yeah. My brain just mixed comedian.
Well,
and
wasn't
Zapruder.
A comedian one of the guys who released the Zapruder film? Or was he just an entertainer or something? He was somebody that had nothing to do with politics.
Maybe. Yeah. I don't remember that. But there was some organization that acquired the Zapruder film and actually hid it from the public for years.
Yeah.
But beyond that, the hell was I saying?
Mort.
Yeah, Mort Saul, which was a name I always heard like peripherally, but he was a comedian at the time. I think a contemporary of Lenny Bruce, but he is kind of in researching a little bit, he was kind of ushering in the modern age of comedy, getting away from the vaudeville like slapstick, like take my wife please kind of stuff, into more getting at the truth of things and trying to be more cerebral and just more modern, what we think of as comedy. And it was kind of wild just how he was affecting things, and how like the FBI was looking into him, and he started really having a fascination with the JFK assassination as well. And this was in the 60s, and he was pushing for truth, and that and he and it damaged his career. Like he was willing to sacrifice his career because he was trying to go after that, and it was just interesting to see comedy entangled with politics like that. Something that's just supposed to be entertainment, it's supposed to be like making people laugh, but it can cross that line, because I think comedy tries to look at things from every angle or different angles, and doesn't take that like we were saying with Kanye, like that structured or like unrestricted thought. Say, like, for example, the Warren Commission, like you could just take that at face value and like, well, that's what you're being told, and or not just a comedian, but someone with a nuanced brain who tries to look at different angles and questions. That's where I think comedy comes into that whole, like the Bill Hicks thing, like searching for truth. kind of thing.
Or just noticing shit that's like, well, why aren't we talking about that?
Right. Calling bullshit.
Yeah. Even if it's not bullshit, it's like, yeah, but we should talk about that. Why aren't you, like, the fucking
why are we blindly accepting this thing?
Well, yeah, like...
Even if it's, like, airline food or a presidential assassination,
exactly,
we all have kind of just accepted this blindly.
Yeah.
Why?
Exactly, yeah. Yeah, and like, well, same thing. Like when, like Jon Stewart went on whatever show, and he was like talking about like the COVID thing, about the lab leak theory. He's like,
right.
what is happening? This is like a reasonable. This is a conspiracy. I don't know if this is a conspiracy. This is a pretty possible thing. I don't know. Yeah, maybe it came from a bat, but also there's a lab here, and it maybe came from here. Is this that crazy?
Right.
Like, it's crazy to see like. And Jon Stewart's, I mean, he's great at what he does, so probably the best at what he does, but
for sure,
by a long shot, most likely, actually, but
for sure,
it's always been around.
Yeah, I was just fascinated about that with the Mort Saul thing, like the entanglement with comedy and politics, and
yeah, and I guess originally comedy kind of comes from just that, like it wasn't even that funny. Like Lenny Bruce is not that funny. I mean, maybe it was funnier back then, but it's like, that's like kind of, I guess, would he be like the earliest? We might have talked about this before, but he's like, Lenny Bruce is like one of the first stand-ups.
Yes, of like the modern era. Yeah. Like him, Mort Saul, and like these people were getting away from that like vaudeville slapstick kind of silly thing and trying to like to get at more of a truth, and I think that led to Bill Hicks, Carlin,
yeah, definitely,
Stanhope. I don't. There was no end game in this.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? These are things I've been thinking about recently while I'm not doing comedy. Speaking of which. Harrisburg Hilarious is back.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
I don't know. I think I might just do it just for the stage time.
Yeah.
I mean, you know, it's an easy way to get in front of a full audience. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I guess I didn't even think about it.
Right.
Yeah, I don't know if I'm going to do it yet or not.
I might just because I'm not doing much else stage time wise.
Yeah.
And again, it's just an opportunity to get in front of a bunch of people.
Yeah.
I feel more confident now than the last two times. But I can also go into it with no expectations, no grand.
Well, you have to.
No, I mean, grand ambition.
You got to go in just wanting to have fun, because otherwise you're going to be pissed.
Right. But also, I do want to kind of like...
Or worried, you know what I mean?
Right. I do want to kind of like... The first time, really nervous. The second time was like, well, I feel a little bit better. And, you know, I had a plan and that kind of thing. But now I'm just like... I just have like a little more confidence. And to where I just want to go have the stage time in front of a bunch of people and just like just try to do my best. You know what I mean? But not in any competitive way. I want to do better than I did the last two times.
Yeah.
I don't give a shit if I'm beating anybody else. If I go out in the first round, but that first round is better than my last two first rounds, cool.
Yeah, for sure. Which was last year. That was last year. It's last year for both of us. We went out in the first round, and it was better than the year before.
But true. Yeah, I feel like I was better last year, but it didn't, you know what I mean?
Didn't matter.
I also brought a pile of people the first year. Yeah, so that helped for sure.
Probably helped both of us.
Right. But I don't know if I can get all those same people out because they then saw my act. So, but yeah, I think I'm gonna do it. Just simply for the fact that, I mean, to get up at the Zone in front of a whole bunch of people. Yeah. You know, I don't host there, so I don't get that opportunity. Nor should I. I'm not saying I deserve that in any way, because I'm not. I have not earned that in any way, being that I do one open mic a month, if that.
Yeah.
So I just want to use that opportunity to get up in front of a bunch of people and try to do better than myself. So, but you're not sure if you're gonna.
I have no idea. I kind of forgot. I didn't even think about it since I think I saw a post about it, but yeah, I guess I should think. How long do I have to decide?
I don't even know. I just saw the post and I was like, God damn it. I was like, is that time already?
Yeah.
Like, is this really going to be the third one that I do? Like, it's.
Yeah, that's great. That is crazy, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah, I didn't even think about that. Holy shit. Wow.
And going into the first one, it seemed like so overwhelming. So like, and now I feel like so much more like, oh, it's like,
Yeah.
I'm not putting it on such a pedestal or such a, it's, the stakes felt so much higher when we were so early on in green. I'm still a shade of green, but I feel like I'm at least a little better.
Aqua.
I feel like I've been bogarting and just like rambling this whole time. You have a show. Is it this weekend?
Do I? No, not this weekend. No, I don't have a show for a couple weeks.
Okay, but you have a few coming up in April.
Yeah, I have a few coming up.
You've actually been doing comedy, so I have to vicariously live through you.
But I did skip out a couple weeks, but
right.
Yeah, no, I have a show coming up. I think 3 weeks. No, 2 weeks. 3 weeks. 2 weeks. 2 weeks.
Alrighty.
Because next weekend I can eat carbs again. That's what I'm actually looking forward to. I can care. I'm excited for the show, but I'll worry about the show after I get to drink and eat again.
When you do keto, what is the thing that you miss most?
It goes in waves. It's actually, it's not even that. It's not that bad. It's not that bad. Same thing with like the fasting. Mm-hmm. It could be fine for it, like literally not eating. It was like fine for like a couple hours, and then you think about it, and you're like, man, holy shit, I'm fucking hungry. Like it goes in like waves or whatever.
Okay.
Same thing with it's just like the thing. But I'm trying to think of a good answer for like like what do I miss the most? It's hard telling.
Is it like do you plan like the first meal? That's not, I am doing this.
I was just thinking about that today. I don't even know what it might be. It probably depends on, it's going to be going out somewhere because that's like one of my vices. It's like cars and it's going out to dinner. Yeah. I spend so much money on going out to dinner. I save so much money when I go keto. It's very nice. I should do it more often and I would maybe be able to
But I mean, nowadays, grocery shopping is like, getting up there where it's like...
yeah, is it even more? Well, we have chickens, so
true.
My eggs are free.
Fair enough.
Free eggs is keto's best friend.
That makes sense.
But, yeah, I would say burrito is probably up there. Sushi's up there. Mm-hmm. Even though I wasn't really eating a lot of sushi before.
Right.
But then that last few days of eating carbs, I had sushi. And it's just like one of those, pizza... Pizza's always fucking up there.
Probably a huge one, yeah.
We tried to make this. Lori tried to make this. This fucking keto pizza, and it sounded so promising. It was like you make the crust out of shredded chicken and mozzarella cheese and like egg, maybe something else, and it makes like a crust. And then you can I think the original recipe was supposed to be carnivore, so you don't put sauce on it, but we put sauce on it because we wanted pizza. And everybody, she said everybody online said it was like awesome. It was so good. It fucking sucked.
Really?
It fucking sucked. It was so not. I mean,
and if Lori can't make it good, it sucks.
Yes,
because everything she makes is fucking amazing. Yeah. So.
And honestly, she was more displeased than I was, just because she was like, she's like, if it wasn't for all those reviews, I would have been like, I would have had my expectations in check. But it was. They said it was so good. They said it was like. Some people said it was like just like pizza. It's like, yo, you fucking. What kind of pizza are you eating? Like,
right.
This sucks balls. This is the worst pizza I've ever had. Like, and I'm thinking maybe it would have been good with like chicken bacon ranch pizza. Maybe make like a ranch sauce for it instead. Maybe that could have. It would have been like not pizza. It would have been like a chicken bacon ranch. Mm-hmm. Open face chicken bacon ranch or something. But no, it sucked balls. We didn't even eat all of it. Ollie got some of it the next because she made 2. So of course, I mean, she made 2 sheet cakes, square pizzas, sheet pan. And like we ate one the first night because I still ate plenty of it because I was still hungry. So
Sure.
I still fucking ate more of it than I needed to because it wasn't great. And then I tried to eat it left over. And I think I did eat a couple pieces left over, and it was so mid. And yeah, we just gave a bunch of it to Ollie.
Can you do? I mean, you could probably do vegetables, but fruit. Like is that sugar?
Not
Is
really.
sugar because sugar?
Yeah. And
But
carbs.
But
It's all carbs.
Tomato is a fruit, but it doesn't have a ton of sugar.
It has some. You have to be careful. Like ketchup has. Ketchup has enough carbs that it's like not even worth.
Well, right. But I didn't know if like a tomato sauce, like that.
You have to watch it, but
Okay,
yeah, you can have some. Yeah, to stay keto, it's like less than 20 carbs a day.
Okay.
So whatever you eat, it just has to be less. And that's one thing. That's a fucking pet peeve about like keto recipes. It'll be like a keto recipe.
That's
and
like 18 carbs.
Or it'll be not quite. Some are.
So it's
there's
like,
probably some like that.
That's the only thing you can eat that day.
Exactly. That's what they'll do. They'll be like, keto thing, 12 carbs. It's like, bitch, 12 carbs. So I'm having one meal today. Like 12 is getting close to 20, motherfucker. Like,
right.
Yeah, that's so annoying. And it's so much. There's so much, especially like the prepackaged like snacks and stuff.
Right.
That shit, it'll be like keto snacks. It's like, bitch, this has 9 carbs in it. That is getting close. I can have one of these and then another meal. Like that's not keto.
Yeah, is that the thing? Do you do all of them in one meal, or do you try to spread it out over each one?
Yeah, we try to spread it out.
Right.
But like this has 4 carbs in it.
Mm-hmm.
It's sparkling water. So that
this has 2 grams.
yeah, it's not
shit!
bad.
So I could have 10 of these and still be keto.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
Yeah, I might actually do keto.
And just not eat.
I'm just, or just eat like steak and White Claws.
Yeah.
Fucking A.
Nice.
I think I'm going keto, people. I think I just found the answer.
Yeah.
Oh shit.
Yeah, because I looked at. I
expected this to be like off the charts.
No,
because
well,
it's
that is healthy.
alcohol
Yeah.
and like.
Well, apparently the vodka doesn't have any carbs. I gotta look into that though, because I'm skeptical about the alcohol aspect.
Right.
You know what I mean? Because it just seems like zero. Like, isn't it sugars and stuff? Like, I feel like there's something missing from that equation.
Right.
Because same thing with tequila, it's 0. I think whiskey's also 0. It's like whiskey, really? I thought that would have. I'm like, I don't know, but yeah. I mean, coincidentally, I'm going sober anyway, so that's a separate thing. I'm going sober till, which that also goes in waves. It's like every once in a while, I've been really like, man, I fucking really could go for a glass of red wine right now, and then shit like, just like, oh man, I really like that. So it's really just in phases. I don't know what the top would be. I don't know what the top would be for like the.
So you don't have your first meal plan or first restaurant that you want to go to at least.
I don't think so.
Right.
It might be Mexitali. That one's easy because it's just it's like down the street.
Right. And you could do pasta, you could do Mexican, you could do anything. Yeah. We should do sushi when you're. I'm down. These new neighbors that we met, who have a little girl, just a couple months younger than ours. We've done like a play date or 2.
Oh yeah.
They came to BB's party. We went to hers, and
nice.
She posted something like, we're still getting to know them, so I had no idea. But she posted like, sushi night. It was like, these fucking rolls looked amazing.
Yeah.
I was like, God damn, like, and I was like,
oh, they made them.
Oh yeah.
Oh,
she was like, yeah, homemade sushi night, and I was like, God damn, like they looked like so clean, like it looked like my favorite place, and I was like, God damn, and I commented, I was like, we are having a sushi rolling party because you need to show me how to roll it like that because I can't get them that clean. Yeah, I mean, I guess it just comes with experience or that kind of thing, but I was like super impressed.
Yeah, that's awesome.
So
hell yeah, yeah.
I need a lesson on rolling. It's weird with like so much experience rolling, which honestly I was never really good at that either.
Yeah.
So
I was pretty good at it when I could, because I always like wanted to be good at it. So, but I could, like I said, I never afford smoking blunts and shit. So it's like every time I could afford it, I like took the time to like really learn how to roll that shit.
I could roll a joint really well. I couldn't, for some reason I sucked at rolling blunts.
Blunts are harder.
Yeah. Like a joint I can roll perfectly fine.
Yeah. The joint is, especially, I would cheat and get double wide papers. I would get easy wide, double wide.
Right,
easy.
right. The double.
I fucking forget what they're called.
Right.
Easy. What the fuck were those called? Easy widers?
Easy wide. Yeah.
Oh,
yeah.
easy widers?
I think so, yeah.
No.
Yeah.
Is that what they're called? I'm totally drawing a brain fart. I wonder why.
Easy
I wonder
wide,
why I can't
right?
remember. Maybe, yeah, it's probably it.
But blunts, I could never, like, after a while, like, I would just, like, hand my friend.
Okay, easy wider. Yeah, I was right. Okay,
yeah.
through me. Yeah, but they made double wides that were like fucking this wide.
Right.
And those were nice. Those like was like a cheat code.
Right.
Because if you can't figure that out, you're really bad at rolling. Yeah. I would do spliffs all the time too, but you didn't smoke tobacco, so you didn't really want that.
Nah.
Yeah. I piss people off because I always smoke. Well, not always, but I would smoke. By that time, I was smoking menthol, so I'd roll a fucking spliff with menthol tobacco. I'd pass it to somebody. They'd be like, "What the fuck is this?" Just fucking unfiltered menthol. It is so fucking funny every time I did it.
It's awesome.
Yeah, that was sick because you would always. That was nice because you could put the tobacco. I would have heavy tobacco at the end so that you wouldn't have to burn your fucking fingers. I just throw that shit out once it gets to a certain point.
Right.
And I smoked, so it was like if I get just tobacco for the last 5 drags, who cares?
Right.
But no, blunts were. Yeah, that's just like an art form. That was fun.
So one of my favorite things as a non-cigarette smoker would be like everyone in my band smoked, everyone who I was working with when I was doing the shucking artwork thing.
Yeah.
But like one of my favorite things to do would be like they would light up a cigarette, like, let me get one of those, and they would just like give me a weird look, be like, all right, like, and hand me one. I would just throw it out the window. They'd be like, what the fuck?
You're such a dick.
It's like, does it matter if I smoked it or threw it? Like, does it really? Would it make a difference?
It's the thought.
I know.
It's the thought that counts. You're a monster. Don't do that shit now. They're like $10 a pack.
Oh, true. I don't know. You got anything else?
I don't think so.
Yeah, I don't think I do. I think we about hit it. Looking forward to seeing if anything comes of the JFK files, but I don't.
Yeah.
I mean, I feel like I know. I just want confirmation.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
But, if there's a pot, I feel like anybody that is gonna be, I feel like most people that are gonna be like, oh, see, I told you so.
Right.
We don't need it. But if there's anybody that like trusts the United States government at this point, that's who I want to see those files.
Right.
Like, just in case there's anybody who is like on the fence about whether or not they're fucking liars.
And I guess here's the thing that really, we can get out of here.
Yeah.
But here's the thing that really bothers me is that, like, if the full truth never comes out, that's what's going to be, like, in the history books. Like, history books and what we're taught in school is already manipulated.
Yeah.
So, like, it will just be buried and never, and that like is, I feel like it's just like wrong on like, it damages like the universe. Like I know that's really esoteric.
Yeah. That makes sense.
Really esoteric that I'm not really articulating it very well, but I think, to end with some Metallica lyrics, "To Live Is to Die," which I think Cliff Burton actually wrote the lyrics.
Oh yeah.
It's like a 9-minute and some song on Injustice for All. It's one of my favorite songs ever. But the only lyrics are it's just like a quick like 4-line thing, and James just speaks it. It's just spoken.
Yeah.
And it's when a man lies, he murders some part of the world. All these are the pale deaths which men miscall their lives. All this I cannot bear to witness any longer. Cannot the kingdom of salvation take me home? Mm-hmm. But that, like, when a man lies, he murders some part of the world. Like, I feel like it's a tragedy if the full truth doesn't come out, and then, like, in perpetuity, in 100 years, like we learned about like World War I or the Civil War, the JFK assassination is going to be a blip on the radar. Lone gunman. And,
I don't know if that's even possible because of all the. I think
Yeah.
the internet might fix a lot of that.
True. But how many people are actually going to even give a shit? Like, I'm not watching Civil War videos. I'm watching that.
That's true.
I'm not even questioning
Yeah.
that. So like, over time, it's just going to get more and more buried. So I guess that's my real beef with it is like that, that like search for truth. I don't know.
Yeah.
I'm not trying to be super esoteric or like, I don't know. I probably need to just go to bed. Thanks for indulging me in all in all of that. I feel like I just rambled the whole episode. But
No, I don't think so. You don't need the second half. I'm kidding.
Anyway, yeah, I'll let us get out of here. You got anything else?
Nope.
All right, see you next Thursday.
Take it easy.